There's this old Christmas song, "Do You Hear What I Hear?" It is this echo back and forth between humans and animals and the universe at large, just heralding the birth of this child that is going to bring so much change to the world. The question lingers, does the person being asked see, know, hear what the person asking knows, sees, and hears? On a deeper note, it lends itself to asking, am I able to stand in another person's shoes for just a moment? A while back, I had this opportunity to spend some time with my grandchildren, and I was feeding my granddaughter a bottle before she went to bed. And she was at that age, she just wanted to hold the bottle herself, and she cuddled up in my arms, and it was kind of like she was just saying, I just love this moment, and thanks for holding me while I am growing up and holding my own bottle and starting to learn how to be a little bit more independent. There was this one moment that I looked down and I looked into her eyes and I saw all of these pinpoints of light reflecting back to me. And it was so beautiful and so immense in that moment. And I was so filled with awe and appreciation for just being able to be there with her and enjoy. At one point, she's holding this bottle and she stops drinking and she looks up at me and she just smiles, the biggest smile behind that bottle, as if to say, I am so joyful to be snuggling with you in this moment. It was so tender and so sweet, with this just universe of innocence and knowledge reflecting back at me. My husband was playing with my grandson. They were playing a game, and I was just able to be. I was able to enjoy and sit back. There were no to-dos. There were no responsibilities. There were no interruptions and distractions pulling at me. I just got to enjoy that special closeness and gift of being with my granddaughter in that moment. So the world stopped for me. I cherish those moments, and I cherish that opportunity to love and to be loved, to be able to just soak it in. She was only 8 months old at the time, and she really didn't need very much. She was in that space of either I'm hungry, or I'm happy, or I'm sad, or I need a diapers change. She was just in that innocence, easy space, and she got to live in that moment. She got to just be present in whatever was happening for her. Scriptures and religion talk a lot about becoming like the little children. And I think that this is what they're referring to, is just finding the wonder and excitement and just awe in the world around us, in the mundane and the repetitive. When we're kids, we walk down a sidewalk and we're so excited to see that little plant that's growing out of the crack in a sidewalk. And we're just like, how does that happen? Or we're asking our parents, why is the sky blue? And why is the grass green? And what's going on here? And what's going on there? You take a minute and you lay in the grass and you're looking up at the sky and you say, that cloud looks like a turtle. That one looks like a dragon. That one looks like an angel. And you just get to find that moment of wonder. Or you see a flower and you see this petal that just happens to be holding on to the last drop of dew in its petals. And it's just so unique and inspiring. And just, it's a moment that you get to pause and breathe and take it in. And I think as adults, as we grow up and we have to start adulting and paying the bills and working a job and being parents and in relationships and all of that, that we start to lose that wonder. We start to lose that ability to just take pause and notice the difference in the world and notice those little things that bring us so much joy, like the birds just whistling and singing in the trees, or the wind that rustles, or the crunch of leaves under your feet in the fall as they start to go. Or how about the white blanket of snow that hasn't been stepped in, or maybe it has these perfect little paw prints that are just, there's a little animal that went across. It's just so beautiful. And you get to see these little tiny things. And we often just ignore those. We often let them go instead of pausing and taking a little bit of peace in that moment. So, do you see what I see? In the song, it's a shooting star blazing across the sky. Well, maybe it's the delicious meal that's on a beautiful plate and it's just displayed and you're loving having the ability to visually eat as well as physically eat. Or maybe it's the flowers. Maybe it's that crack in the sidewalk that's got some form of life. Maybe it's the way that an ant carries a bit of food back to its family group. Like, what do you see that brings you joy and an opportunity to pause in the moment? What do you hear? Is it the wind whistling through the trees? Is it children's laughter? Is it the music that blares? Maybe you're in the car and you just really want to belt that song out as you drive because it's a favorite song and you just love the lyrics. What do you hear that brings you joy and gives you pause in the moment? Like the waves of the ocean. Do you take that minute to say, do you know what I know? I love you. When was the last time that you really took a moment to make sure that a loved one or a dear friend knows what's truly in your heart? I love you. I cherish you. I want to be close to you in this moment, and just awe and revel in that human connectedness that is in and of itself a gift. So, what goodness and light do you see? What joy do you hear? And what peace can you know? Right now, when things are ever challenging and so difficult, we are gifted this one moment in time. Every moment is a new moment. And what we choose to see and give our attention to is ours alone to own. So choosing the positive helps to lift not only our spirits, but the spirits of everyone that's around us. So I encourage us all in this harried, crazy, busy moment season to take a breath. Take a pause, enjoy a sunset, listen to some laughter, hold a hand, snuggle with a sweetheart, and share that moment of connectedness that brings us all the unity that we all so desperately need at this time. So may you find the gift of joy today and every day as you navigate through the wonders of life.